Hi, welcome to DVCOM Technology. My name is Seshu and I am part of DVCOM training and support team. Today I am going to give you brief overview about DrayTek VigorSwitch FX2120. And by the way, before you are going to start guys, whenever you see the FX is nothing but it's a fiber switch. Thanks to the DrayTek, and finally we are here with the fiber switch. So because this is what every time I'm going to receive from the customers, partners, they used to ask me, is there any uplink switch? So there you go. You have your uplink switch, which is FX2120. So F is indicating that it's a fiber and X is indicating that it's going to support 1 gig and 10 gig as well. So 2 is your second generation. It comes with 12 ports. This is what exactly the overview guys. And let's go and have a look now. So by default, this switch is going to support 12 SFE plus Gigabit Ethernet ports. So that's the beauty of this one. You can see here, there is a 12 ports it has. Thanks to the DrayTek guys. So these are the SFP or SFE plus ports. And it's a layer 2 plus managed switch. So as I mentioned to you earlier guys in my previous videos, the layer 2 is plus is nothing but it does switching as well as it does routing. And the maximum capacity of the switch 240 Gbps. And it's a 1U rack mount switch. It doesn't occupy more space guys. That's the beauty of the switch. Let's go and see the physical overview of this switch. And the first one is that it has a AC power socket, which is this. You can directly connect it to your power. And second one is the DC power socket for the backup usage. In case if you want to connect the DC power, you can connect it as well. And LED indicators. So the LED indicators, you can see the status. And the fourth one, which is the reset button, in case if you want to reset the switch, you can do the reset. So especially if you want to do a factory reset, then you can go and do it the factory reset guys. So that's the beauty of this. Then after that, there is a 12 gig, 10 gig. I'm sorry for it guys. There is a 12 ports which can support 10 gig SFE plus ports. So these are the ports up to here. And there is a console port. So in case if you want to connect through command line and if you want to do some troubleshooting, yes. So this is your CLI for your command line interface. So that's what the physical overview about FX2120. So let's move to the next. And if you go through the specifications, as I mentioned to you earlier, it has 12 ports guys. So it has a 12 ports. These 12 ports are going to support 1000 Mbps, which means 1 Gbps. Let's say the customer or the partner, if he's going to ask you, he may wants to go with 1 Gbps at this time and later he wants to upgrade it to 10 Gbps due to the budgetary constraints. So yes, this switch is ready to connect 1 Gbps at the moment, and later stages you can connect with 10 Gbps. So it supports both 1 Gbps as well as 10 Gbps, and these are the SFE plus ports guys. And layer 2 plus managed, so which means it's going to support up to 256 VLANs, and it does the layer 3 routing. So the layer 3 routing is nothing but you can do static routing. So manually you can add the routes, and VLAN routing, which means if you want to enable routing between one VLAN to another VLAN. In previously what we are going to do guys, if you have a layer 2 switch and let's say that I have a layer 2 switch here and I have created two VLANs, VLAN number 10 and VLAN number 20. In case if you want to make a communication between VLAN number 10 to VLAN number 20 and VLAN number 20 to VLAN number 10, all the way we need to keep the router guys. So this router is going to enable the routing between VLAN number 10 and VLAN number 20. But if it is a layer 2 plus switch, the information will not go to your router, the switch itself is going to forward a packet from VLAN number 10 to VLAN number 20, guys. That's the beauty of that. So this switch, it does the switching as well as routing. And also there is a DHCP server. So this switch itself is going to act as a DHCP server, so that you can able to configure your DHCP pools and you can assign to your hosts. That's the beauty of that. So that you can configure the DHCP pool. Inside the DHCP pool, you can just specify that what is the range of your IP address. In case if you want to extend, means if you want, for example, if you want to reserve some IP addresses, you can reserve it as well. So that that is the possible with your DrayTek Vigor FX2120. Why? Because this router is going to act as a DHCP server, so that you can create the range and you can reserve the IP addresses for your future purpose also. So that's the beauty of this. And also it's going to support ONVIF, which is Open Network Video Interface Forum. So which means your this is actually a protocol, guys. This is actually a protocol. Most of the cameras, they are going to support this protocol. So your DrayTek switch, it's going to identify whenever you connected any camera, it's going to identify that, and by directly you can access that camera from your switch, and also you can view the image. And also good thing is that whenever your switch is going to lose the connectivity, and it's going to send the alerts also, guys. That's the beauty of that. So that's why most of the people, especially, they just want to do a single platform and single management center, so that you can do it. So these are all the features, guys. So the fourth one is that you can say the QoS. QoS is nothing but it is going to support quality of services. So let's say that I have a specific application, especially voice related applications. I want to prioritize the voice related applications. That time you can enable the QoS, so that the users who is sitting in their network, and they will really enjoy it while you are doing a Teams call, while you are doing a Zoom call, or if you are trying to run some voice related applications, and it's going to, if you apply the QoS, then it will prioritize. So it's going to allocate more bandwidth to the specific information. So that's the beauty of that. Then after that, you can enable the security as well. So security is nothing but in case if you want to configure the ACLs, access control list. So for example, which traffic is allowed or which traffic is denied, you can able to do it as well. And also if you want to configure 802.1x authentication, it's one of the very good and interesting feature, guys. If you want to do a user based identification, then you can enable 802.1x authentication. Storm control, either if you have a broadcast or multicast, any kind of storms, it's going to identify it, and immediately it's going to take the necessary actions against that. IP address conflicts detection. This is one of the very interesting and very important feature, guys. So whenever there is a IP address is conflict, immediately your DrayTek VigorSwitch is going to identify that, and it's going to make it shut down, and you can able to do the necessary action on that. And loop prevention. So loop prevention is nothing but in case if you are going to connect from one switch to another switch, maybe due to some reasons, there could be a chances to create the loops, especially when it is a spanning tree is running there, so that you can able to identify those loops, which device is generating these loops, and you can just create some alternate solutions for it. Then after dynamic ARP inspection, which is for address resolution protocol. And the link aggregation. So the link aggregation is nothing but if you have a multiple, if you want to connect multiple ports like this, I just want to connect multiple ports, okay, and I want to act all these 4 ports as a single virtual interface. That is called a link aggregation. So that if you want to have a good bandwidth, maximum bandwidth, then most of the people, they likes to go with the link aggregation. So that's the beauty of this. And also if you want to manage the switch, you can manage through GUI. In GUI, you can use either HTTP or HTTPS. So these are the graphical user interface protocols. And you just open the browser and type the IP address of your switch. From there, you can do whatever configurations you want to do it. And Telnet and SSH version 2, this is for CLI. So you can see, guys, either you can Telnet the device, or you can use, by the way, it has a console port, and you can directly connect the console cable to your laptop, or your desktop. From there you can access through CLI. After that you can do the configurations whatever you want it. So that's the beauty of this switch, guys. And the maximum switching capacity is 240 Gbps is the switching capacity, and it's going to occupy the space just one U, guys. Thanks to DrayTek, guys. You understand? So basically it's going to consume only one U rack space. Let's say that this is my rack, it just consume only one U space. This is my one U space. And also this switch, you can see here all your fiber ports you can use to connect between MDF to IDF rooms. So let's say that I have a couple of IDF rooms. So that this is my MDF room and this is my IDF room. Let's say my network is a huge and it distributed into multiple IDF rooms. So that simply what I can do, that I can connect directly to my MDF by using 10 gig fiber, guys. So that's the beauty of this switch. So that if you want to connect either 1 gig or if you want to connect as a 10 gig, you can do that. And also nowadays you can see most of the servers are coming with 10 gig fiber ports, guys. So directly if you want to connect a server, you can connect it as well. So that's the beauty of that. This is my server. You can connect directly. And sometimes you will get some devices is required a 10 gig fiber connectivity. Yes, you can go for it as well. So what I'm trying to tell you guys, why I'm so excited, because this especially the fiber switch is going to play a key role. It's like a backbone for your entire network. So that most of the people, what they do, they can connect with 1 gig between IDF to MDF and they don't find better performance. But in case if you want to increase the better performance in your network, it's always recommends that go with this 10 gig fiber. Thanks to DrayTek, guys. And finally they come up with FX2120. So the F is indicating that it's a fiber switch. So notice that whenever the switch which is start with P, it's a PoE supported switch, guys. So it supports the power as well. And whenever you see the X is indicating that it's a fiber ports. So that's a beauty. Whenever you see the switch, it comes with the Z, it's a gigabit switch. It doesn't have a PoE. That's the terminology from the DrayTek, guys. It's very easy to understand and it's very easy to go through the specifications of their data sheets and all, and you can explain to your customers without any issues. So the next one is that if you see here the used scenario. So we have a DrayTek 3910 router, and this is the one of the best router, I can say that, guys. My favorite router, because it comes with the 10 gig SFP plus ports. And you can connect multiple internet connections. It comes with the LAN ports as well. So in case if you want to connect directly to your VigorSwitch, yes, you can connect directly by using 10 gig, guys. That's the beauty of that. So that your internal network between your router and your switch, which can support up to 10 gig, which is SFP plus. And also, as I mentioned to you previously, you can connect your servers, which can support 10 gig. In case if you have a edge switches, you can directly connect with 10 gig, guys. So your uplinks between your IDF to MDF room, you are going to connect with 10 gig. And also if you have a surveillance system, you can directly connect with 10 gig, which can support, and voice related things, you can connect it like your PBX or something, which can support 10 gig, you can connect it directly. And all your clients, your access points who wants the better performance and all, you can connect it as well. So that's the beauty of this one, guys. That's the complete overview and usage scenarios, and this switch is available with us. And if anybody want to test this switch, you are welcome. And also I just want to give you something related to your SFP transceivers, and there is a direct attached passive copper cable, guys. So this is the cable you need to purchase separately. So in case if you want to connect between the two switches or between your server or your switch, which can support 10 gig, and this cable which is direct attach passive copper cable, it comes with 1 meter as well as 3 meter, and it's going to support 10 gig SFP plus. So that's the beauty of this. And again, if the customers maybe they are looking for SFP transceivers, then you can just see here, these are the compatible list, guys, and from DrayTek. and they have already tested and they given the approval. So in case if you want to go for it, you can go for it. SFP is nothing but it's a 1 gig SFP transceivers. And one more thing I just want to mention, guys, whatever these standards, the SFP standards which is going to support in the market, maybe they are not mentioned in the list, even those transceivers are also going to support these switches, guys. Just we are expecting to support the open standards for SFP. So that it's not a mandatory that it should be in this list. Any other SFP transceivers which can support the standards of your SFP, it's going to support. And again, if you want to purchase separate SFP plus, either single mode or multi mode, then you can go with SFP plus compatibility less. You can just go through it and you can able to find it out, guys. So this is the link which is given by DrayTek. So in case if you want to know about more details, just follow this link and you can get the complete information about it. So for sales, please send us an email, sales@datavoice.com. For support, please send us an email, support@datavoice.com. I hope this has informative you and I would like to thank you for viewing.